Good morning. Welcome to Undisputed. We're live from LA. I'm Jenny Taft here with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Good morning,
Hi, Jenny.
guys.
How are you?
Hey, Jenny, how are you today?
Good.
Nice fancy.
What time is the bank open? I want to know.
That's unnecessary, Skip.
It's totally necessary.
No, it's not.
What is this?
I did not come out here to be harassed.
Shades of gray?
What is this?
I don't know. Come on.
How are you doing, Skip?
You've grown up, Shannon.
I mean, I just come. I don't bother anybody.
I know.
Yeah.
I was just
You don't bother
Yeah, I
anybody?
was just sitting
You
on-
bother me?
I spoke. How are you, Jenny?
Yeah.
What is this? Are you a banker today? I mean, what's going on?
I don't know. How are you, Shannon?
I'm good. I was good until you started harassing
I had
me.
to get you off your game a little bit here. I think I got him in the perfect spot right now.
Yeah, you're feeling good. We have a lot to get to
Discombobulate.
on today's show. We'll see about that. Do Skip's Cowboys have any chance against the Saints on Thursday? And is Shannon going to jump on the Texans bandwagon? Plus, we've got Doc Rivers here in studio with us later on the show. But guys, let's start with college football.
Let's.
Alabama quarterback Tua Tagovailoa is a big favorite to win the Heisman. He's coming off a 6-touchdown game on Saturday for the undefeated Crimson Tide. Next up is a huge matchup in the SEC championship game against Georgia. Then there's Oklahoma quarterback Kyler Murray, who has the second best odds. Murray has 48 total touchdowns this year, and his next game is Saturday in the Big 12 championship against Texas. Shannon, is Tua a lock to win the Heisman?
Padlock, combination lock, even life lock. But I'm not willing to put up $1 million if I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying, Skip Bayless? Yes.
You got a joke?
Yeah, I do. And I told
You've been
you.
working on those for a couple hours.
I told you, Skip Bayless. I told you week 2 or week 3.
Yeah.
Even when our good Joel Klatt, our esteemed colleague, came out,
Yeah.
I said, unless Tua gets hurt,
Yeah.
it's over.
He's not hurt.
It's over.
Yeah.
And it's over.
He got nicked, but he didn't get hurt.
It's over.
Yeah.
And Vegas seems to think it's over. And yeah, you know, Vegas, they keep building those big old buildings.
Yeah.
They're not losing a whole lot of money, Skip Bayless.
we'll see.
It's over because we've never seen anything like this. We've often asked the question, man, what would these Alabama teams look like if they had a quarterback? Well, we don't have to ask. See, we don't have to ask, is this the best team in the country? People are asking now, is this one of the better teams of all times? You see, Skip Bayless, we've seen Oklahoma do this before. We just saw them do it last year with Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield went 43 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Kyler Murray is 37-7. So what we're seeing, all this scoring, they were number 3 in the country last year. They just moved up to number 2. They were the year before that. They were number 3. So what we've seen now from Alabama, 15-15, now they're the number 2 team in the country. And there's only one reason why, Skip Bayless. Now, when you think of Alabama, think about the history of Alabama. Coach Bryant, Coach Saban. You're talking about offense. You used to talk running game and, ooh, they play hard-nosed defense. Boy, they'll get after you. Now you think about TT. And they're the first team since the 1888 Yale Bulldogs, Jenny, to win their first 12 games by at least 20 points. You know who coached that team, Skip Bayless?
I don't.
Walter Camp. I remember watching them.
That was your time.
Yeah,
my time.
I remember watching that Yale team. Oh, man.
1888. Okay.
You know what, Jenny?
Yeah.
No team scored on that team. They won all their games. The closest anybody got to them was 10-0. They were beating teams 76-0, 105-0. And when you look at this, Alabama, Skip, and I know what you're going to say. They played.
Wait, have I spoken yet? You cannot put words in my mouth.
I know you.
It's against the rules on Undisputed. Go ahead.
Well, you might not say it, but there are some people who say,
Some people say.
yeah, well, Alabama played the Citadel.
They did play.
They did. They did.
They did. Oklahoma played Army.
Army's pretty good.
Oh, they really are Army, huh?
Yeah, they are.
And they had to go to overtime to beat Army.
Yeah.
What about Florida Atlantic? They're pretty good too, huh?
Yeah.
That's who Oklahoma opened up with. Now, I don't know if you noticed it, Skip Bayless, but old Coach Saban, they do play defense. But he's changed, Tua Tagovailoa, TT I call it, has changed the way we view Alabama football because they're no longer the first thing you think about used to be defense. Now, they're still a go come get you. They'll thump you. Yeah. They're still a top 3 defensive team in the nation. But when you think of Alabama now, Skip, you know the first thing you think about is offense. And Coach Saban saw this coming, even though he fought so hard against it. He didn't like the hurry-up offense. He didn't like the spread set. He said it's going to hurt college football. You're going to get players hurt because they're tired and they're having to play all these snaps. He said, you know what? Instead of fighting against it, let me join the fray. He went and got him a quarterback from Hawaii and Lo and behold, and guess what, Skip Bayless? In 2 weeks, I tried to get you to put some dew on this thing 8 weeks ago, 7 weeks ago. I keep going. No.
Do on what?
On this, that Tua would win the Heisman.
Oh.
So today, you're going to make your case for Kyler Murray. Can I get some dew?
How do you know I'm going to make a case for Kyler Murray?
Because I know you, because you love all things Oklahoma. So can I get some dew? Can I get a case of dew on
No.
this? Why not?
Because too many people in the day and age we live in jump on bandwagons and they try to beat everybody to the finish line, and they vote in their minds too early because they try to beat their competitors in the media to the punch. So I'm sure a lot of media members who don't get to watch all the games have already decided that Tua should be the Heisman winner, when in fact, if you look hard at it, and I look really hard at it because I watch every game both of these players play. I watched every snap of both players. Kyler Murray should be the front runner for the Heisman right now because he's had a little better, and I'm just going to emphasize the word little, a little better offensive year than Tua against a much higher degree of difficulty than Tua has had to deal with. Because let's face it, Tua has the number 3 scoring defense in all of football to back him up, right? True. St. Nick's defense. And Tua has the running back who will go number 1 in the draft in Damian Harris. He'll be the highest running back pick, not number 1 overall, but he'll be the highest running back pick. And Tua has just a track team of deep receiving core. Now, Oklahoma's got a couple of good ones, but not as deep as Bama's. You've been saying all year, this is the deepest, right?
Yeah, so Hollywood Brown and Lamb are terrible.
Much higher degree. They're good, but they're not these guys. Every time I look up, there's another guy open for another touchdown, right? And you've been telling me all year, this is the deepest receiving core in all of college football, right?
It is. Yep.
So if we look at the degree of difficulty, just for the record, just for people who don't watch Oklahoma, Oklahoma has the all-time worst great team defense in the history of college football. There's never been a defense this bad for a team this good, a team that has a chance to be in the Final Four, to make the college football playoffs.
Yes.
And I'm here to declare straight up, it's an embarrassment what has happened, even over the last 4 games. There's never been a team in the history of college football that has won 4 straight games allowing this many points, 40 plus in each game. They've averaged allowing 47 points a game in the last 4 wins. 51-46 at Texas Tech, 48-47 to Oklahoma State at home, 55-40 at home over they allowed the Kansas Jayhawks 40 points, and then they went to West Virginia, and I couldn't even watch it last Friday night. I was doing it like this with one eye because it wound up 59-56, and it takes
How did he get to 59, Skip?
Takes every bit of Kyler Murray, because guess what, boys and girls? Kyler Murray is the best running back on this team, and he might be the best passer in all of college football. And I can show you all the metrics that say he's a little better thrower of the football than Tua has been so far this year.
Can I ask you a question, Skip? Rodney Anderson went down. His replacement is coming to the ball game and is about to have set an NCAA record for the highest yards per carry in the history of college football. He's at 9.6.
Yeah. Well, guess what?
You in that?
Can I interest you in Kyler Murray has 853 yards rushing, which would be the highest on the team if in college they count the sacks as minus.
Yes.
So when he gets sacked, it's minus. Right. But let's look at, can I interest you in the total numbers between these 2 quarterbacks?
Yeah.
Tua has been all-time great at 36-2, 36 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. How about 37-7? Is that not pretty great right there?
Well, we just
37. So wait a second. 37 is one more than 2 is 36.
How many more passes?
How about 11 rush touchdowns? How many did Baker have last year? Help me out here.
I don't know.
Well, it just doesn't matter because he didn't run the football like this young man does. 853 rush yards with 11 rush touchdowns. So Kyler Murray has accounted for 48 touchdowns to your guys 41. What are you going to do with that, Shannon Sharp? Help me out.
Okay, let me help you.
Help me out. 48-41 in touchdowns.
Can I finish? Let me help you.
Let me finish with this real quick. Okay. Would you believe that the Oklahoma Sooners offense has broken the all-time NCAA record for yards per attempt? You know, in yards get they're 9 yards a play. 9 yards a play. That broke the all-time record. Guess who was the driving force of that? It was the little quarterback, the little 5'10" quarterback, Kyler Murray.
You say, what am I going to do with Kyler Murray and the 37-7 and the 11 rushing touchdowns? Well, if I could get Tua to throw more than 3 passes in the fourth quarter, because in 12 games, here we are, Skip Bayless, we're 12 games into the college football season, and Tua has only attempted 3 passes in the fourth quarter, Jenny.
Well, it helps when you have the